Hi everybody, thanks for joining in for the advanced session 3. I hope most of you have already attended the earlier sessions of advanced, and I'm really hoping that you would have gathered some knowledge on how to go about advertising and optimizing your campaigns or getting started with advertising. So before we move into this session, I quickly want to understand if all of you can hear me clearly. So let's launch a quick poll to understand if you can hear me very clearly. So while you take the poll question, I want to quickly reiterate what the agenda for this session is. We want to talk about sponsored brands today and how you can relate them to your stores if you have one. If you don't have stores, how you can create that and you can own a digital destination on Amazon for your brand, and how you can grow your brand equity on Amazon by doing all of this. So I see most of you can hear me, so I will close this poll and move ahead with the session today. Okay, so let's first start with understanding why search is so important and why you should always stay ahead in search. Like you can see on your screen, 60% of Amazon.in customers don't go beyond page one of search, right? So it's really, really important for you to understand why you should use sponsored ads and stay in front of the search results and on top of search for that matter, and why you should actually use sponsored products and sponsored brands together. I know many of you would have already been using sponsored products, but using sponsored brands together, if you're a brand owner, actually helps, and we will talk about that, how it increases your return on investment on ads and how it increases your basket size, your brand equity, and all of that later in the session. So uh, let's move ahead. So for new advertisers out there who are not aware of what actually sponsor brand is and how it actually helps your business, I will quickly talk about what sponsor brands is. Sponsor brands is a cost per click ads product, and it helps you feature your brand with your logo, with a custom headline and up to three products which you want to advertise. These ads actually have a very good prime real estate, which could be on the top of search, between search, on the product detail pages, and it helps you generate recognition for your brand because you're already showing your products as well as your brand logo and also a custom headline to showcase what your brand actually stands for. The interesting thing about sponsor brands is that it offers you a lot of engaging formats such as video, custom images, store spotlights, and redirects your customers to your product pages or a store if you have to showcase your entire product portfolio. And how it helps you is that it helps you build brand awareness, create a brand immersive shopping experience, which as a brand we would obviously want to offer the customer with a whole lot of branding elements which sponsor brands offers you, and you only pay when your ad is clicked and not otherwise, which is what CPC ad stands for, cost per click. And you can divert your traffic to the product portfolio that you want to showcase. It could be a landing page where you want to select where you want to showcase your selected products, or it could be to your store page where you have actually created a website like experience and you want to divide your categories accordingly if you're selling in multiple categories. So now we'll again go to a little bit of depth and understand how sponsor brands helps you. It helps you create more opportunities by establishing connections with your shoppers, not just acquiring new shoppers. Also, it helps you drive retention in the long term because your shoppers are getting acquainted to your brand and what your brand has to offer. Extend a brand and product story, which is where your sponsored brand custom headline comes into play. And then sponsored brand also offers you a whole lot of mechanisms how you can actually track how your campaigns are doing, which means you can accurately measure the impact of your advertising, which is always a question in a lot of advertisers' minds. If you are doing advertising elsewhere, that you can't actually measure the impact. But Sponsor Brands actually offers you a lot of metrics like new to brand metrics, where you can actually understand how many orders you are getting from new customers. It also offers you store insights, which helps you understand if your store is doing good or not, which page of your store accurately is giving you more conversions or not. If you have to build on that or change any aspect of your store, you can have all those insights also in one view. We'll talk a little bit more on creating more opportunities by building these connections. So, just like I was mentioning, you have a lot of control with sponsored brands in terms of having a customizable headline, which is of your choice. You can put your headline which speaks to the customer of what your brand actually stands for and what your brand actually offers. And you have the opportunity to showcase your brand logo, which means that you're driving brand awareness over here and also retention in the long run. You can showcase a feature of you can showcase a collection of products in terms of stores or in the sponsored brand ad itself, which means that you are having more opportunity to showcase the customer products that you are offering them. If you compare it with sponsored products is just a native ad which showcases one particular product from your portfolio, but sponsored brands gives you more leverage to showcase more products which you want to show the customer who are actually seeing your ad. Now, it is very important to understand that we are getting a majority of traffic um, from mobile customers, right? So, like you see on your screen, more than 281 million mobile only shoppers are there on Amazon.in, which is a big number. So, we should be really concerned about how we are showcasing our ads to mobile only shoppers. So here, sponsored brands gives you a lot of leverage to see how your ad looks on mobile as well as on the computer, and you can actually customize your ads with the features or the formats that I was talking about a bit earlier, and we'll talk about that in a bit. So this is how actually a sponsored brand ad looks like. This is you can call it a parent format of sponsored brands, where you can showcase up to 3 products, which may be your best-selling products. We always recommend putting best-selling products on this ad, because this ad actually tells your shoppers what your brand stands for. And this headline also talks about your brand, what the positioning of the brand is and what it offers. And of course you can have a brand logo also in the same ad, so that you can drive brand awareness through it. So now if a shopper actually clicks on shop now, they can actually go to a store if you have a store. Otherwise, you can create a custom landing page showcasing some items which you want to showcase to the customers. And also if they kind of click on the products that you are showcasing here, they land directly on the product detail page of these ads. So you have multiple opportunities for your customers to land on anything that you actually wish them to land on. It could be a product detail page, a store where you're showcasing your entire product portfolio, or a landing page with selected items which you want to showcase. So moving ahead, just talking about the placements of sponsored brands, just like you see here, we have a top of search placement, like in this example, which comes in both laptop or a computer or a mobile also. And then we have the product detail placements as well, or the below the search placements as well, like you see here. Brands related to this item is what it reads. So somebody who is actually looking at a product and they arrive at a product detail page of a particular product, they can also see your brand over there. So now we'll talk about few new interventions which have happened to the product lately. And just like you see here, right? So earlier, if you have been advertising with sponsor brand ads, you would have noticed that the ads were a little smaller. Now we have higher resolution of the ad, and we have a taller creative, which means that you have more attention to your ad, and this has actually led to a more 13% higher click-through rate, which means that 13% more people are actually clicking on sponsor brand ads because the creatives are more visible now. They are taller creatives, and this actually helps your brand to stand out in search. So we have also included another feature, which is creative editing. While your sponsor brand ads could be live, you can also edit them in the background, and once they get approved, they will come into play. And that feature was not available earlier, so now you can actually go ahead and edit your sponsor brand campaigns without any hassle. And of course, it has to go through moderation, because sponsor brands ads go through moderation and review. And once that is done, till that point in time, your earlier creatives or earlier ads will still be live, but once these get approved, your new ad will come into play. So now I'm going to talk about sponsor brand videos, which is a very, very new feature which has come in. We have launched this year, and it is really, really important for you to understand, if you're a brand owner, that showcasing your product in terms of a video is again a very engaging means to acquire new shoppers or drive more retention, right? So for example, if you have launched a new product and you want to talk about the features you've added on it, there is nothing better than adding a video and talking about it, right? So um, like you see in this example, or the image which you see on your screen, so there is a video which starts auto playing when a customer is actually searching through the search page, and just below that you have your own product appearing. So once a customer clicks on this ad, they arrive on the product detail page of the product which you are showcasing. Just want to touch upon the fact that this is a unique format of sponsored brands, which allows you to drive traffic to the product detail page of the particular ASIN or the product which you are featuring in the video, and not to your stores or landing page. How it helps you is that maybe you have bestseller items which you want to showcase in terms of a video, and you can quickly create a 60 to 30 seconds odd video, and you can catch the attention of the customer in the search page itself, because all the products are listed as static listings, right? And if there's a video playing, then automatically the customer gets attracted and they want to click on that and explore more about that particular product. So couple of best practices on sponsor brand videos here. So it is always recommended to showcase your product in different angles, talk about what it offers in the first few seconds of the video itself, so the customer is really kind of connects with the products and then goes to the product detail page and makes a buying decision. So here, important thing to understand is to you should know your audience. If you are selling a TV versus if you are selling, let's say, a headphone or maybe a book as well, right? So you are the best person to know who your audience is, and we always recommend that creating a video, keeping in mind who the audience is really, really important. What I was talking about before is to showcase the product and its features very prominently in the first few seconds of the video, is again really important. Also, to just to talk about data, right? So in sponsor brand videos, and because this is a very new format which has been launched in India this year itself, so of what data we have till now, the average span of attention for a shopper for watching these videos is around 7 to 8 seconds. So it is highly recommended that you should have your video length around 60 to 30 seconds. Although the system allows you to have videos up till 45 seconds, but we always recommend that keep it brief, keep it very to the point, and showcase your product features in the first few seconds of the video itself. The next format that we are going to talk about is custom image creative. Like you see on the screen, these creatives actually offer you the control of showcasing your product in a real life setting, right? So like you see, there is a mixer grinder, and a person or a shopper who is actually looking for a mixer grinder sees this image and they instantly connect with the product that you're trying to sell. Right, so these are engaging formats, and it allows you to add a big size image which tells the shopper what your product or your brand has to actually offer, right? So again, you can feature three product lines or three ASINs along with this image, and you can drive shoppers to your store page or the product detail page of these ASINs that you have offered on the creative itself. This also has to have a logo of your brand, and ASIN features are optional, which means that you can add up till three ASINs. The next format that we are going to talk about is Store Spotlight. Like you see on your screen, it is kind of a carousel ad which helps shoppers to see what all product lines that you are selling in. Maybe you're a brand which deals in coffee makers, cookware, and blenders. So you can add a quick summary kind of a picture for each of these product lines that you're selling. For this format, you should definitely have a store, otherwise you will not be able to use this format. If you have a store and you have multiple, at least three or more product lines that you sell, which are in different tabs on your store, you can use this format and put a quick recap kind of a image on this creative itself, so that a person who is looking at your ad knows that you're dealing in these product lines and quickly can go and arrive on your store to explore more. This is how the ad looks. Okay, so now we will talk about stores, and I know that from previous sessions, a lot of you have had a lot of questions on how to create a store. So please do go through the guidelines that we have added on the handout section. You can download that and quickly create your own store. For creating a stores or using sponsored brands, the mandatory thing is to have brand registry. If you don't have your brand registered with Amazon, or you don't have your brand registry, you will not be able to use these two. So if you are having trademark, I would insist that please do go ahead and do your brand registry, and then you can use sponsor brands and stores and leverage these products for increasing brand awareness and retention for your brand. So, coming back to the point, how sponsored brands can lead your traffic to. Sponsored brands can actually lead your traffic to stores or a landing page which you create, selecting products which you want to showcase the customer who is clicking on your ad. Also, in the the sponsored brand ad itself, because you have up to three ASINs added, anybody who clicks on any of those three ASINs can land on your product detail page itself. So now we'll talk a little bit more about stores. Like you understand that stores is a digital destination that you can have on Amazon. So something like a URL amazon.in/brand A would be your URL, which you can promote in other social media platforms or any other channel that you might be advertising on. And the good part about this is you can actually track where all the traffic is coming from and where all the conversion is happening from, which gives you a good proxy of where you should invest more, right? So apart from the fact that sponsored brands ads, whoever is clicking on them arrives on your store, there is also another angle that you can share these URLs across platforms and track their traffic and conversions uniquely. So this helps you create a website like platform on Amazon, inside Amazon, for your particular brand, and showcase your different product lines if you are having so in terms of tabs, just like a website does that. In fact, if you compare with Amazon itself, you can imagine how a shopper actually goes through different categories and makes their buying decision. Similarly, in your particular store, a shopper will come and let's say you're selling moisturizers, hair oils, or different categories of such personal care products. A person can actually go through all of that and make a buying decision, and you can track them very uniquely. Again, this is an example of how Wow Store used to look like, and they actually leveraged the store feature to create different tabs in terms of shampoos, hair care, skincare, shower gels, nutrition, etc. You also have different widgets which are recommended for you if you're running offers, if there are offers. And the best part about this creating of stores is that you don't need any design experience. These are just like plug and play kind of widgets which you can fit into it. If you are having images or videos of your brand or your products, you can directly add them to it by uploading. There is no coding experience required, and you can also drive high traffic during events or sale events into your store to showcase more than just you can showcase on the ad itself. So you can imagine that it is just like a person, a customer walking into a mall and then walking into your store. If you have a offline store, you can compare to that experience, and then when they go into it, they see a different they see a lot of different categories which you are selling, and they can browse through that and make a buying decision. The similar experience is what stores gives you, and you can actually leverage that to drive traffic from different sources as well. So just like I was mentioning, that sponsored brands is the most effective when you create a store of your own and link it with that. So we've seen a 17% more uplift in terms of sponsored brands being linked to stores. And so these are few examples of good stores where they have been really leveraging the channels that we have provided in for creating a store and creating a very brand immersive experience for the customers. So now we'll talk a little bit about how you can measure the impact. Now that we have spoken about what all controls you have, we also want to understand how much we are investing and how much we are getting back, right? So that is a very fair question in all of your minds. So we'll talk about it a little more. So we see here that sponsored brands actually offers you a lot of more metrics than sponsored products also offers you in terms of understanding how many new to brand customers we have acquired and how much percentage of our total orders we are getting from new customers. That is a very important question for any brand to answer or understand, is because if your brand is not acquiring new customers, probably your brand's growth might be not so great in the long run. So we constantly need to acquire customers for our brands to keep on growing. So sponsored brands actually offers you such controls and offers you insights around how much percentage of our orders comes from new customers. And when we define new to brand customer, we are talking about customers who did not make a purchase from your brand in the last 12 months, which is a year. So another important data point over here is that 38% of internet users in India who start their product research journey on Amazon.in can be influenced on brand choice, which means that they are not sure of which brand they want to buy. They just come on Amazon.in and search for a particular category, and then they arrive on a brand which they feel is really nice, which suits their need, and they make a purchase. So this is a good number for all brand owners out there to understand and accordingly create their campaigns, because we want our brands to stand out in search, and we want to drive brand awareness. So this 38% of internet users can be influenced by new brands, and they want to do a research to discover new brands, which is also what we should understand and get along with our sponsored brand campaigns. So there are 7 new to brand metrics that sponsor brands offers you. Like I was talking about new to brand orders, how much new to brand sales you got in monetary terms, percentage of your total orders which are coming from these new to brand customers, percentage of sales which are coming from these new to brand customers, exact units of what your products are selling have gone to new to brand customers, and then percentage of units which have gone to new to brand customers, and new to brand order rate, which means that your brand is growing or degrowing. You can understand from these metrics very well. Now we'll talk about what stored insights offers you. So if you have a store, you can actually go into the depth of understanding what all pages are giving you good conversion views, right? So that we can next optimize for that. So let's say in this example, if we talk about, there are pages like home, sports, earphones, headphones, Bluetooth speaker, wired earphones, right? So if you look at the numbers which we have showcased here, the home page has the maximum traffic in terms of sales, and then headphones, sports earphones doesn't have so much, and it gradually goes down with headphones, Bluetooth speakers, wired earphones as well. So now the takeaway from this chart is that wired headphones might be a good category that I'm trying to promote, but it is not getting so much traction or conversion. It could be because of two reasons. Because maybe my collection in wired headphones is not so great. That could be one. The second reason could be the page which I have created on the store, which is wired earphones, is not so great when I compare it to normal headphones or Bluetooth speakers, right? So I need to put in some effort in terms of creating videos, putting in more contextual widgets or maybe recommended widgets, etc., on that particular page so that the conversions increase. So this also gives you a view of traffic, sales, page, and source wise conversion and sales and traffic for each of your pages, which actually helps you understand that which category of a particular brand is doing well or might not be doing so well. So we can actually take away from this stored insights and work on our stores and make it better. So now we'll briefly talk about how sponsored products and sponsored brands together uplifts the impact of your advertising. Just like you can see on your screen, using sponsored products and sponsored brands together gives you a 1.5x higher conversion rate, which actually means that you occupy more real estate on search, and it drives more brand awareness. If let's say a customer is actually seeing on the search and they see your sponsored product ad and sponsored brand ad together, they actually feel that this brand is a really great brand and I should make a purchase from them. So that is how the conversion rate increases, and we have seen analyzed this data that 1.5x uplift in conversion rate has been achieved by advertisers who use both together. Again, if you talk about ROAS, which is return on your ad spends, which means that how much you're spending on your ads versus how much you're getting back, we've also seen a 26% uplift over there, which actually means that using both of this together is a very good thing to do. Again, if you talk about average order size, we have seen a 19% uplift in average order size, which means that if a particular shopper was shopping for, say, X number of things from your brand, they're actually shopping for 19% more. So now we did this another category level analysis also, and you can see that in consumables it is the highest impact which we have seen. In consumer electronics, we have seen a 1.2x increase in conversion rate, while in consumables it is 1.8. In media, it is 1.4. Other hardlines and softlines, we've seen 1.2 and 1.5 uplift in conversion rates when advertisers have used both sponsored products and sponsored brands together. And now interesting thing to also see is that shoppers who have interacted with both these type of ads have a 2.7x more likelihood to make a purchase in the next 45 days, which means that let's say a shopper who has interacted with only a sponsored product ad or only a sponsored brand ad, versus a shopper who has interacted with both of these ads together has a 2.7x higher likelihood to buy that product. So the next question maybe in your mind is that what could be the optimal mix of sponsored product and sponsored brand? We have seen through analysis that 40% or above spend in sponsored brands in your whole. So let's say if 100 is your advertising spend, if you have spent 40 or more on sponsored brands, it can actually give you 1.4x better return on ad spend and 1.8x better average order size, which I was speaking about before. The basket size is also very important, like how many things from your product portfolio people are buying. So this is the number that we have analyzed and found out. So again, just speaking of another angle of this analysis where we saw that how many shoppers actually made a purchase by seeing a sponsored product ad and seeing both of these ads, we found that 4% of shoppers that clicked on sponsored product ads made a purchase over next 45 days versus 11% of the shoppers who clicked on both sponsored product and sponsored brand ads, they made a purchase in the next 45 days. This is again a category mix of what I was speaking about before. Like you can see that sponsored product and sponsored brands has the highest impact in terms of influencing a customer. So this is what we had for today's session. I will open the floor for question answer now and happy to take any questions that you have. So after the session, I'm getting few questions on the tasks for the week. We will be sending out the tasks for the week by end of day today. So please keep a track on the email that you will get, and you can do those tasks. And we will be creating the ad credits by 8th of May after all the sessions of this series are over. Abhishek, so if you go to the store page, when you have your store page, if you go to the tab which says source tags, you can actually create source tags in terms of Instagram, Facebook, or whatever places that you're promoting in, and that will automatically generate a URL which you can promote over there. Unfortunately, this is not a store specific webinar. I would request you to attend a store specific webinar to get more insights on that. Yeah, so there are a couple of more questions on creating source tags. So we will share resources. So please go through that. We will be sending that out with the mail that comes across to you with the tasks. So we will be sharing resources which will give you more clarity on how to create source tags. Hitendra, if you have a brand trademark, you will be able to do brand registry. So brand registry is currently important for you to create a sponsor brand or stores, and that is actually mandatory. So firstly, you have to go through brand registry process, and then you will be able to do that. Priyanka, to reduce echoes, what we often recommend is that please review your campaigns so that you understand you have added negative keywords or negative product targeting or not. That is really, really important. The other thing is that also review the ASINs which you are advertising. There are some ASINs which are not fit for advertising in terms of having not so great reviews or ratings. So if you're advertising such ASINs, because sponsor brands and sponsor products will only give you visibility, and ultimately conversion can still remain a concern if you are not advertising the right kind of ASINs. So I would request you to please go through that and review that once. And if there are keywords which are making your ad spends go high, simply go ahead and add them to negative keywords. Ramika, we do Hindi sessions at times, but because this is a session which we wanted to kind of do it like a full course, so there is no Hindi option available right now. I apologize for that, but please do follow your mails for the next Hindi webinar and do attend that. Vaibhav, I think these are different marketplaces, so you will have to actually consult with the US team to understand that. But I think it doesn't work if you have a brand registry in one country. Saransh, actually, that is a very good question. So, if you talk about average lead time, it is not so different for sponsored products and sponsored brands. Sponsored brand actually helps you to grow your brand over the time. So, if you're not seeing conversions right now, it could be a factor that people are just getting to know your brand. But if you are talking about conversions being more in sponsored products, that is a natural effect of you being advertising a native product, just an individual product, so conversion might be slightly higher. But there are other impacts like new to brand acquisition, etc., which you should also which we should take under consideration in a holistic way when we look at our campaign performance. Yeah, so getting a lot of questions on recording sharing. We will be sharing the recording as well. Akshay, I would request you to please check your mails because we have shared task week 1 and week 2 tasks today as well before the sessions. Avinash, so if you're talking about sponsored products, there is a specific control which helps you increase bids. If you want your ad to appear on top of search, you can use that. Also, I would recommend you to review if you are bidding at the suggested bid range. Amazon offers you a suggested bid range, and if you're not bidding in that range, the probability of your ad showing would be much lower. So please do check that out. If you're bidding too low, your ads will have a lower probability of coming up. So Sonali, there is I understand your question, and So basically, there is a time which the Amazon's algorithm also takes to kind of build that relevance. So I would recommend you to kind of be patient. So if we change the bid instantly, it doesn't actually impact, because there is a lot of advertiser who is bidding at the same range also, and it has to draw relevance with that. So I would recommend you around a week or so time to monitor that. If it is not working, then you could revisit your campaign again. Vivek, there is no good echoes for any category. I mean, we get this question a lot, but the only thing that I can say is that a particular category can actually differ from other categories also. We have not been able to actually come up with a good or bad echoes, because it's very different from for different sellers or different advertisers, because of the margins that they are operating in. Right? So I will not be able to help you with what is a good acres for your category right now. But I think what is suitable for your margin is what you should do. How much you can spare for advertising is what you should look at. Given your business is unique, and you should be the best person to understand what is a good acres for you. Hitendra, yeah, you without a store also you can run sponsored brand ads. As long as you are part of brand registry, you can run sponsored brand ads. That actually means that you have to create a landing page with the products of your choice to drive traffic to that particular page. It is not necessary to have a store, but it is always recommendable to have a store and linked it to your sponsored brand ads, because you can showcase more and more of the products that you sell. Sandeep, unfortunately, no, you can't have sponsor brands if you have A plus content. You will need to go through brand registry for you to be able to create sponsor brand ads. Yellowfin gears, no. So there's no substantial difference in the spends that you do in sponsor brand and sponsor products. What we internally understood from the data is that the echoes for sponsor brand and sponsor products is nearly the same. So there is no difference in ad spends really. Shubham, if you have three products also, you can very well go ahead with sponsored brands. There is no harm in creating a sponsor brand campaigns, because as if you compare it with the sponsored product ads, in one ad you can showcase one product, but in sponsored brands you can showcase all of your three products that you're selling, right? So I think it makes sense for you to go for sponsored brands also. Yes, Saravanan, we will share the recording as well. Yes, so applied is right now not acceptable. You will have to go through Amazon brand registry process in order to use sponsor brand or stores, both of these. Nishar, yes, for Store Spotlight is actually a format of sponsored brand ads. So I'm not sure if you are confused with sponsored display ads. It is going to be launched very soon, but in sponsored brand ads, you have to kind of put that custom image which you want to showcase on top of your ad. It is different from sponsored display, although it looks kind of similar. Yatin, if you are having zero reviews in your ads, it is nothing to worry. So there has to be always a starting point. So I would recommend you to go ahead with sponsored brands or sponsored products and get some reviews for your products. Because if once you grow visibility, only then you will be having more reviews. So start having that visibility with customers. Only then probably you will have more reviews. Nikai, on your question, why should we have negative keywords? Negative keywords actually helps you prevent irrelevant clicks, which you don't want for your product, right? So adding negative keywords actually doesn't show your ad to particular search terms. Let's say you are selling a fossil watch and you don't want shoppers who are searching for a fast track watch to see it. You can use fast track as a negative keyword. So that is the whole idea. Sonali, yes. So there is no restriction on taking up tasks. You can take all the tasks for earlier sessions till 30th April. We have extended that day considering the a lot of you were interested in taking the tasks later as well. So you can take the task till 30th April and you will be eligible. So Pooja, on your question, we have not restricted any daily budget or after 2 days if it runs out of budget. So the whole intention is to make you execute what we are talking about here in the sessions. So if it is that case, you don't need to worry. You are still eligible. Avinash, if you want your ad to appear on first page, there are controls which I was mentioning before on sponsored products, which helps you increase the bid for such locations like top of search and product detail pages. You can use those controls and you can choose to bid higher for those placements. Avijit, yes, you can create a store with 4 5 products also. There is no restriction on creating a store with 4 5 products. I will just recommend you to add more of visually appealing widgets, just like maybe videos or more text overlays over the image, etc. So to make your store look very appealing to the customers. Sai Kumar, so there's no harm in creating both manual and automatic campaigns for the same ASIN. The only thing that we keep on recommending is that use automatic campaigns to dig out more keywords because you don't know at this point in time how many customers are actually searching with what kind of keywords. So that helps you to reap search terms, which you can create manual campaigns and bid higher on them. So automatic campaigns are always for new advertisers, or also existing advertisers, to keep on reaping out more keywords so that they can build on that. So that's like the starting point. And in manual campaigns, you can actually bid higher or lower with the keywords which are working for you or not. Hardik, I would recommend you to go through your keyword report, which actually tells you that which keyword appeared in what location, and then how much you paid for it and what was the conversion on it. It actually also tells you that where these are coming from. I mean, if your ads have appeared on the product detail page, where you will see B01 type of a number, which means that it appeared on the product detail page. If you are seeing a particular keyword or a search term, it actually means that somebody has searched for that term and your ad has appeared.